What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel for another video. Y'all, yes, we are in the living room today because y'all, I am redoing my room. My room is getting a makeover right now, so we cannot film in there. We can't. It's so bad. So yes, guys, I had to give my room like a facelift because it was like making me depressed. And I was like, I can't stay in here. I can't live in here. I can't do the brown. Like eventually the walls in here will be like, what gray is that called? It's a certain type of gray I'm gonna paint in here. But my uncle has the whole house in this brown, and baby girl, it's not working for me and it's not working for my mental health. So I'm definitely gonna switch things up. So yes, we are in the living room today, y'all. So guys, we're gonna talk about my 5-star reads, okay? Y'all know I've only been reading since September. I haven't been reading for a long time. Sorry y'all if I'm sweaty. I haven't been reading for a long time, so I don't have that many 5-star reads. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 5-star reads. But remember, I want to preface this by saying these are my 5-star reads. So in my opinion, this is what I feel like is a 5-star for me. What you think is a 5-star is your business. And whatever is my 5-star is my business. Okay? Like, because I feel like so many times people be like, oh, I hated that book. And I'm happy you hated it, but I loved it. We are allowed to like different things. We are allowed to like smut. We are allowed to like horrors. We are allowed to like thrillers. We are allowed to like fluffy romance. Like whatever you like is for you and whatever I like is for me. Okay, guys? So yes, I just wanted to say this. So the first book on my 5-star reads would be The Housemaid by Freida McFadden. That is what first got me into thrillers. That's a psychological suspense or thriller. But Sister Christy said that those like literally mean the same thing. And so I don't have that copy because if you follow me on Instagram, if you are not, it's right here. Go follow me on Instagram because the last video I did about when you loan a friend a book and they don't give it back to you the way that you loaned it to them. Yeah, that was my friend Rashonda. I'm calling you out, okay? She said she laughed so hard at that video because she said, Alex, you were crazy. Like, I don't have a copy of The Housemaid because I told her she could just keep it. It was a brand spanking new copy, y'all. Brand spanking new, and I let her borrow it and she messed up the cover. Like, and she was like, Alex, it's not even that bad. I'm like, it's bad. That was a brand new book. Brand new. So y'all, I got so angry. Ella was laughing. She's like, Alex, that was funny. You were really mad. And Rashonda, I like just kind of threw the book. I was like, just keep it. I was not proud of my behavior, guys. I was not proud of myself in that moment because I should not have acted like that. But yes, that was my first 5-star read. Well, no, that wasn't my first 5-star read. That was my first like thriller, suspense 5-star read. And that was by Sister Freida. Y'all know I love Sister Freida over here. All of her books are not my favorite, but I love her writing style. I just love it because she gets you in there. She gets you going. She gets your attention off the bat, and I need that. I need to be focused. Clearly, y'all see, y'all always get off, track when I'm on here. But I loved that book so much because, y'all, it just got you in. And the twist at the end left my mouth open. It was hanging open. My mouth was, because it was so freaking good. I was not expecting that. I was like, oh my God, that was the first book I read in like, I think I want to say I read it in less than 24 hours because I started it that evening and then I finished it by the morning time. I believe that's what happened. And y'all, it was just so good I couldn't put it down. And I was just hooked. Whenever I met, what's her name? Child, I done forgot the main character's name. What's her name? I'm doing her a disservice. But Nina, I remember Nina, the wife. But is her name Maddie? I don't know. That's neither here nor there. But I would 100% recommend reading The Housemaid by Freida McFadden because it's so good. And if you're just like tiptoeing into thrillers, that is a good starter because it's not too bad. It's not gonna like scare you too much, but just enough to where you're like, oh my gosh, what's about to happen? Like, I was so nervous. But that book is so, so, so good. Another 5-star thriller I have is Never Lie. Y'all know your girl loves Never Lie. Like, y'all know that. Like, that's not even something that's not even a question. Never Lie by Sister Frida? Never Lie. It's gonna do it for me every time. Not everybody likes Never Lie, and that's okay. Not everybody thinks that Never Lie is a 5-star, and that's okay. I think it's a 5-star because it's one of my favorite books. Like, I was scared. I was literally shaking. I remember I was laying in the bed when I was reading it, and my aunt walked into the kitchen and I had my door open because my bedroom is like you could see the kitchen, but it's like a hallway. So it's like the laundry area, then my bedroom, but then the kitchen. And so my auntie walked past and I was on a part and I was like, ah! I literally like screamed. She said, girl, what is wrong with you? And I was like, girl, you scared me. It was at night when I was reading, so I had to put the book down because I was like, this is way too much. This is way, way, way too much for me. But the twist in this book left my mouth hanging. And I feel like it Never Lie to me was better than The Housemaid. But a lot of people don't feel like that, and that's okay because this is my video. And I love the twist. I loved like the characters, and I love like the viewpoint of the story. Like, I thought that was dope. I just liked, excuse me, when I get to talking, I get a little air in me. I just thought it was so freaking good. Like, the therapist, her story, her recording everybody, like Ethan, who was the lady and the husband that stayed in the house? Trisha, and I forgot her husband's name. But yeah, it was just good. If you have not read Never Lie by Freida McFadden, you need to. Like, you have to. Like, that's like, it's you have to. And if you hate it, I promise you could come and punch me in my big toe. I promise. And I won't be offended if you punch me. I think, are those all the thrillers? Okay, those are all the thrillers that I really liked. Okay, y'all, so I don't know if I am going to say these right. I'm going to try to tell you guys a trope without texting Shaughnessy what the trope is or looking it up myself. But okay, so the next 5-star read I have for you guys is, I want to say it's a second chance romance. I think it's a second chance romance, but I am not sure. Okay, let me know down in the comments if I'm right, and if I'm wrong, tell me what it is, because y'all know I like to learn. I'm never offended if you guys like help a girl out. Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. Y'all, Elliot was my first book boyfriend. Elliot Petropolis. He read. He was a man that reads books, and he cared. Oh my gosh. He cared so much. So much. What was her name about Macy? Macy got on my nerves though. Macy had a lot of trauma. But once you get to the end, you find out why she has all that trauma. You get it, and it all makes sense at the end. But I was just like, oh my God, Macy. I remember texting Shaughnessy, I'm like, girl, Macy definitely needs a therapist. Like, Macy is definitely going through it. But when you find out her story, my Lord, when you find out Macy's story, you're gonna get it. It's gonna make so much sense to you. But Elliot was just so good. He was just such a good guy. Like, he set the tone for me. I was like, oh my gosh, is this how book boyfriends are? Like, is this why the girls be raping over them? Because Elliot, he's that guy. Elliot's definitely my friend. So this is my third 5-star read that I have for you guys that I really loved. Remember, these are 5-star reads for me. They might be a 3 for you, a 2 for you. They could be anything for you because that's what you think. Y'all, I'm doing too much, and this hair is just getting on my nerves. It's doing too much. It's really getting on my nerves. Like, I'm thinking about just pulling it back. I don't like when the hair falls in my face. Okay, here's another, I think, second chance romance, guys. This is another 5-star read for me. Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. And oh my gosh, the people's opinions are just mixed because guess what? It just, I feel like what I rate a 5-star is literally off of my life experiences and how I can relate to the characters in the book. And you guys, oh my God, it's Yasmin and Josiah, I think. Yes, Yasmin and Josiah, their story. This is second chance romance, and y'all, and they do all the trigger warnings at the beginning about like divorce and like miscarriage and all of that stuff. And it triggered me so bad, y'all, because I, one, have been divorced, and two, have had several miscarriages. And it definitely triggered me. It definitely was a hard read for me because of everything they went through. You just relate so much to these characters, and it brings up like old wounds. And it's like, oh my gosh, like, oh Lord, help me get through this book. But y'all, I was boo-hooing when I read this. If I still have the video, I will find it and I will put it in here. But if I don't know where that video is, because I had sent the video to no, I actually had posted a video on my Snapchat when I was reading this book, and I was like, y'all, this book is so beautiful. Y'all, because it is. It is. It's so beautiful. The storyline, the characters, they have 2 kids. What are their kids' names? Child, their kids was that girl, that little girl, could have popped her in her mouth. The little girl, her mouth was ridiculous. I'm trying to see if their names are on the back, because I can't remember their kids' names. I read this months ago. I don't remember their kid's name, but they have a little girl and a little boy. And the storyline with the little boy I love so much, and how it relates back to his dad and the stuff that his dad does, like, for him. It is just such a good book. This is another 5-star read for me. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I don't want to ruin it for you. But I believe it's a second chance romance, maybe. Oh, if you haven't read this, I think her name is Vashti, Beshi, Baba, no. When you get to her, message me. If you have not read this, because we don't like her. We don't like Vashti, whatever her name is, we don't like her. And she shouldn't have been in the book. She shouldn't have been in the book. But you know what? That's neither here nor there. We're going to keep it moving. Y'all. This book, Shaughnessy sent it to me. And I don't know why it took me so long to read it, y'all. I genuinely do not know. Because she kept saying, Alex, have you read it? And I'm like, no. Alex, have you read it? I'm like, no. So then finally, sorry, y'all, my back is hurting a little bit. I was like, no, I have not read it. She's like, oh, you really need to read it. Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop. Y'all, is another 5-star read for me. I would read this book again in a heartbeat. Like, oh my gosh, the character growth and the development. What is the main character? Janelle. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Janelle Cross. Yeah, I only remember Rome Martin, baby, because that was, child, I left Elliot for Rome real quick. I didn't leave Elliot for Josiah, and before I let go, because Josiah was getting on my nerves. But I left Elliot for Rome Martin, because Rome Martin was the epitome of everything that you want to see in a man. And on top of that, he was a tall black man. My Lord! Send shivers down my spine. My goodness, thinking about what Rome Martin might be in person. My goodness. If I saw like a Rome Martin in person, oh shoot, I forgot I got a man. let me calm down thinking about Rome Martin in real life. But anyways, the storyline, the character development, I related so much to her. She's such a people pleaser, y'all. She is such a people pleaser. And I love how Rome comes into her life and just transforms it. Literally. Like, he shows her things. He teaches her things. Like, and you see that she really, I don't think that she really valued herself as much as she probably thought she did. It is such a good book. I would 100% recommend this book if you have not read it. It does have smut in it. And so does Before I Let Go has smut in it too. If you don't like smut, this book is very smutty. This is the type of smut I can't read. But see, I already read it. This is just like, this smut is just phenomenal. It's just amazing. Black smut just hit different. I'm sorry, y'all. Like the Twisted series, that smut is just like cringy. The black smut, yeah, it's one for the books. It's one for the pages. Definitely. I'm sorry if touching my hair is annoying, y'all. I just I gotta get it out of my face. So yes, I would 100% recommend Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop. If you have not read it, this is another 5-star read for me. Another 5-star read. I left Rome Martin for this man. This is currently my book boyfriend. Okay. Luca by Gray Huffington. Oh my gosh. Luca was just a good man. He's a good man, Savannah. He's a good man. Oh, Lord. Luca and Ever, that's who this story is about. So this is a part of the Eisenberg Effect series, y'all, and it's about 3 siblings and their dad. It's about Luke, Lyric, Lake, and their dad, Liam. And this first book is about Luca and Ever's story. And Ever has 2 little girls, and she's leaving like a toxic, abusive relationship. And her friend Lyric, you know, steps in to help her or whatever. And then she meets Luca. And y'all, it's crazy. It's so, so good. And I loved it so much because, you know, I'm divorced. I left a toxic relationship and I have 2 kids. So Luca was just like everything that you would want your kid's stepdaddy to be. You feel me? Luca was just that man. I can't wait to get to the domino effect. It's Ledge and Law. And it's an extension of the Eisenberg Effect. And they say that Ledge and Law gave Luca a run for his money. So I cannot wait to read them, and I'll let y'all know, because y'all know I keep y'all posted when it comes to my book boyfriends. Y'all gonna know. But I would 100% recommend this. I don't know what this trope is. I think it's touch her and you'll die. Is that a trope? If it's not, let me know, because if you touch her, you will die. Papa, you will die. This urban romance, but it gives very much so Black Mafia. For real, for real. It 100% does. And the last book that is a 5-star read for me that I will recommend to anybody, and the smut level is so beautiful. Like, it's not like choke me, punch me, kick me. It's like, oh my gosh, I love you so much. I want us to be one. Like, the smut was beautiful and just amazing. Phenomenal. Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. 100%. I'm thinking probably my all-time favorite book of all time. I think that Archer's Voice, so far, I've only been reading for 6 months. I think about 6, 7 months now. I don't know. But I haven't been reading for that long. But however long it's been, Archer's Voice is my favorite voice. Archer's Voice is my favorite book. Like, oh my God. What was the main character, her name? What was her name? Oh, my back, child. Let me stretch a little. Child, my breast is heavy. I wanted to lose myself. Every time playing to forget. Blah, 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 blah. What was her name? We know Archer's name. But child, I done forgot her name. Let's see. Let me see. Bree, that's her name. So this story is about Bree and Archer. She moves to a town in in Maine, and then she meets Archer, and then that's how their story begins. And then you get to hear both of their trauma and their experience and what happened to them and how they grew to love each other so much. Y'all, it's just such a beautiful story. Archer overcame so much, but in Archer's silence, I think that's on here. Yes, it is. It said so much pressure. And I'm going to read the back for y'all, okay? Because this book was my favorite book, so I'm going to read it. At the top it says, one of the top 100 romance novels of all time on Goodreads. Because it is. Archer's Voice. I wanted to lose myself in the small town of Pillion, Maine. To forget everything I had left behind. The sound of rain, the blood, the coldness of a gun against my skin. For 6 months, each breath has been a reminder that I survived and my dad didn't. I almost felt safe again. But that moment I met Archer Hale, my entire world tilts on its axis and never rights itself again. Until I trespass into his strange, silent, and isolated world, Archer communicates with no one. Yet in his whiskey-colored eyes, something intangible happens between us. There is so much more to him than just his beauty. His presence or the way his hands communicate with me. On me. With me and on me. Ooh. But this town is mirrored in secrets and betrayals. And Archer is the explosive center of it all. So much passion and so much hurt. But it's all in Archer's silence that we might just find what we need to heal and to live. A gorgeous tale of survival and the healing power of love. Y'all, did y'all hear that last line? But it's in Archer's silence that we might just find what we need to heal and to live. You learn so much when you close your big mouth. Alex. Ooh, that hit me hard because I talk a lot. As y'all see, I've been talking for 20 minutes. So I was like, wow, y'all, this book changed my life. This, you know how you read books and they change your life? Because you hear so much that people are going through. And when you read about it, it's like, wow, his silence was so powerful. Literally, why am I going to argue with you when I could be quiet? Why am I going to argue with you when I could be quiet? I'm not going to go back and forth with you. My silence is powerful. I don't have to explain myself. So yes, y'all, Archer's voice was just phenomenal. I would 100% recommend it to anybody of any, and it don't matter what genre you like. I personally feel like this book is just beautiful. It's just flat out beautiful. Like, oh, and then the growth in Archer. And Archer just, oh, I would just start crying thinking about Archer, the time that Archer took to get to know himself. Like, it's just beautiful. It's just so, so beautiful, y'all. And oh my gosh, I would just 100% recommend it. Let me get a picture real quick. Let me get a thumbnail. Got it. Okay, guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much, guys. I got a surprise for y'all all week, so make sure y'all got that bell on. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're following me on Instagram because I'm always doing giveaways in my story. So you better make sure you're following me on Instagram, guys. So yes, y'all, I guess that's all for this video. Let me know if you've read any of these books down in the comments. Let me know if you plan on reading them. Let me know if you plan on buying them, adding them to your TBR. Thank you so much for joining me, y'all. I gotta get ready to go to church. Yes, I filmed this video today, so when you're watching it, it got filmed a couple hours earlier. So I will talk to you guys maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Bye, y'all.